Music has been a part of my life for a very long time. My parents enrolled me in music for early childhood courses where we sang in circles and did musical games and things. And so I took piano lessons, and one thing led to another. I taught myself how to play guitar, and then I ended up going to university and I got a degree in music education. And then I also spent 1 year in Granby, Quebec, at a school for francophone singer-songwriters.
Il jette une branche dans l'eau pour sentir le courant. L'enfant près du ruisseau aux yeux bruns et grands. Comme un bateau sur la mer, se dit le petit, en voyant flotter, flotter sa branche plus loin.
When I was in university, I was taking this seminar that studied the similarities between different art forms. So we studied tendencies that happen in music and also in visual art, and we also studied cases where musicians and visual artists or other artists would get together and create, and that it planted a seed, and I thought it was really interesting. And then when I moved back to Saskatchewan after my studies, I met up with Zoé and I said, hey, wanna try this out? Wanna see what creating together, what it leads to. So that's where it began. Well, the project was already started before we knew of l'année des Fransaskois, the year of the Fransaskois in 2012. And I think it was in 2010 that it was announced. And then we looked at each other and said, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity. It's to give us objectives and deadlines and really create something that we can share with the French communities across Saskatchewan. And because it's l'année des Fransaskois, the year of the Fransaskois, it is also an opportunity to show other people in Saskatchewan, even if they don't speak French or maybe they're learning or whatever, just to showcase Fransaskois culture a little bit more in the, in the larger Saskatchewan community.
Just this whole experience with Alexis has been amazing for me. I'm a visual artist and I'm touring like a musician. I feel like a major groupie, but with an insider's edge on the music scene. So it's an amazing experience. In this particular project, Alexis and I we're kind of talking about coming back to Saskatchewan and rediscovering spaces that mean something to us. But they mean something to anyone who lives here, whether it be a bingo hall or their grandmother's kitchen. Everyone can feel a connection to that, and so we still feel strong bonds with all of these spaces that we've lived in our whole lives. Well, we are showing this exhibit in 3 different galleries or 3 different locations, so in Saskatoon, here, and also Winnipeg. The piece that I've made that's kind of made a very obvious connection between Alexis's music and my work is a piece called Inu. So it's a painting of a First Nations woman, or an Inuit woman, who is a survivor of the residential schools. And because Alexis wrote a song about survivors of the residential schools, it's a very clear link between my work and her work.
So the most straightforward example of art being associated to music is probably for the song Nokum je prie. Nokum, of course, is a Cree word that means my grandmother, and it was based on a painting that Zoé gave me. Sometimes we would visit locations together and experience them at the same time, and sometimes we would exchange pieces of art that were already done, and so that was the case with this one. And so it was the portrait of an Inuit woman who's a residential school survivor, and then I just, that happened almost 2.5 years ago now, and it took me a long time to finish the song because it was a very moving subject, and I realized just how little I knew about the people who experienced those things and how important it is for them to share their experiences and to have people listen to them. So I was very privileged to listen to all these testimonies that are so easy to find, on the internet, or whether you watch videos or you read the testimonies that have been transcribed. There's quite a lot of information out there, and so that's the experience that led to that particular song.
Couper la parole, me couper les tresses. à la messe, apprendre leur histoire, apprendre à me taire, oublier mon folklore, mémoriser leurs prières. Comme je prie le jour de notre délivrance, écoute cette prière, qu'elle brise le silence. Ma peau est plus épaisse, mais elle reprend sa couleur. Le temps est une compresse pour ne plus avoir peur de reprendre le terroir. Et la vision du faucon, de retrouver le nord, de la corneille sa chanson. Non, comme je prie le jour de notre délivrance, écoute cette prière, qu'elle brise le silence et pacifie tous ces esprits. Nos voix unies, non, comme je prie, nos voix unies, non, comme je prie le jour de notre délivrance, écoute cette prière, qu'elle brise le silence.
It's my first full-length album. I released a mini album in 2010, and so this is the first full kit